Hey YouTube, welcome to the Subprime to Prime YouTube channel. Here, our focus is to get you from subprime to prime, and that all starts with knowing where you want to go on your financial journey. This is intended for education and informational purposes only, and not to be used as financial or legal advice. Alright, let's get into it. In this video, we're going to discuss how putting your children as authorized users on your cards can help aid them on their financial journey going forward. Now, we always hear about growing generational wealth, and what we teach our children so that we can have a prosperous family line, so to speak, is super important. If you've been in any kind of financial downturn or catastrophic event, you know the pain that comes with that, the stress and anxiety and so on and so forth, all the negative things that come with that. But wouldn't it be awesome to be able to set your children up so that when an event happens in their adult life, that they could be able to weather the storm a bit better, and you teaching them what you learn inevitably helps them out as well, so that they don't make the same mistakes as you might have made, and the same goes with maybe your parents, and maybe talking about money and finances was taboo, or they didn't want to discuss it because they were going through financial turmoil. Well, it's time to break the cycle. I mean, we have to talk about it. It's something that's so important, and I'm making it my mission to try to educate as many people as I can who don't have the availability, or not the availability, but someone that's just like them to learn from, who's been through these things and know what that pain is like. And I for sure didn't want to pass it down to my child or my grandchild, but it just speaks to a whole generation that if we do things right, we can be that change in the masses. And it's super important to me that you guys understand that this is just basic information. I'm not doing or talking about anything that can't be researched on your own or that you couldn't do yourself. This is me caring about anybody who wants to learn the very basics of financial literacy. I'm an advocate of it, and I want that for each and every one of my viewers, so I care about people, and this is how I feel like I can give back to the world. Now, putting your children on as authorized users, now with that goes without saying that there are risks involved in doing that, and you have to have the understanding that this carries financial responsibility. But what it does for them is actually pretty darn awesome. So it helps them establish a positive payment history. Now, I would recommend the age of maybe 13 or 14 or so to add them as authorized users. So by the time that they're 18, getting ready to go to college or starting a career or whatever have you, after they've graduated from high school, they're starting off on the right foot. And along the way, you've taught them how to be responsible with their money. Though we know sometimes teenagers can be a bit cuckoo and rebellious and do what they want. You want to arm them the best way that you can. And starting off with a positive payment history helps them out leaps and bounds. And the payment, as we know, the payment history is typically reported to the bureaus in their names as well. So this means that as long as you make timely payments and the positive credit history keeps going, you can pass that on to your children, and it helps them establish that good credit history. Now, always remember to keep the utilization rates low, and I mean, you can probably get away with doing 2 credit cards maybe. I don't know about going 3 or more, they would probably be able to establish their own credit card. If they're 18, maybe cards that are geared towards college students or something like that, where the limits aren't extraordinarily high. And keep in mind, you don't have to give them the card to pass on this good credit history to them. So, like I said, you want to keep that utilization rate lowered, and then them having a diverse mix of credit also helps them out. Teach them about getting secured loans and having their own secured credit card when they're of age to have one. Those different types of mix and primary at that will go such a long way in helping their overall financial build out. Teaching them, of course, how to be responsible with their payments and with the usage, will keep them on track. And make sure that if you're not the one that's authorizing your children's card, make sure it's someone you trust. And because right now at this point they don't know any better, and it's kind of your responsibility to make sure, if you're going to go this route, that all the precautions are taken place so that they can have the best financial outcome. So with that said, always check the credit card terms and make sure that they're in alignment, and that they're not getting a card with a 29% APR or something like that. And if you have cards that have high interest rates like that, make sure that they are rarely, if ever, used. And if you have the opportunity to go from that high rate to a 0% APR card, do so. And even as your child is a young teenager, even if you get a new credit card that is going to have a great history, in that 4 or 5 years it's going to take for them to turn 18, by then that's going to be super established, and they're already going to have 4 years of credit history under their belt by the time they turn 18, which is actually the important thing. So this will give them a leg up and help them become fiscally responsible themselves. And do the best you can, because sometimes teenagers can be a little hard-headed, and I know that, and you have to really, really guide them in this. So if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe, and hop on over to the school platform where Subprime to Prime is located. We go a little bit more in depth on all things financial and the credit journey and all of those things. And hop on over and check us out. Until next time, we'll see you later.